Okay, yes. So, good evening, all. Okay, good evening, all. So, welcome to today's class. So, very nice. So, I hope you had a wonderful Ganesh Chaturthi. Okay, so I think some of you might have kept Ganesha Murti in your home. So, I just want to know how many of you kept Ganesha, the Murti. Okay, so in your home. Okay, you can just click on the S icon. Okay, I'm just curious. I just want to know how many of you brought Ganesha to your home and you did puja and all. Okay, very nice, very nice. So some of you have, brought Ganesha to your home. So very good. Okay, so now, how many of you already left Ganesha also? Matlab, Visarjan done. Okay, you completed Visarjan also. Okay, those people, click on yes icon. Okay, Visarjan over. Okay, those people click on yes icon. Oh, all of you still have Ganesha. Yeah, okay, fine. So very good. So as per the tradition, you're supposed to keep it like 1 day or 3 days, or like 5 days, 7 days, then 9 days, 11 days, odd numbers. Okay. So yes, very nice. Okay, so we'll talk about Ganesha Visarjan, everything later. Okay, so first we'll start today's class. Okay, many of you have sent messages. We'll respond to your messages. Okay, and then we'll continue. No, we do not keep Ganesha in our home. Okay, so we don't have to photo. Okay, photo or the before itself we have Ganesha. This thing, no idol in the home. That only will pray. We don't bring Ganesha to the home. Hey, you have to follow a lot of rules, regulations, and all that, man. Okay, so that's why. But anyways, so today Dia was the first person to wish good evening. So good evening, Dia. Then Shweta, then Vinayak, Yash, Sneha, Pranamya, Aparna, Shraddha, Samruddhi, Shravana, Kunal, Venugopal, Srujan, okay, Tanisha, Sharvil, then Amok, Siddharth, Suhani, Sri Krishna, everyone. Okay, so everyone, good evening. Everyone, good evening. But yeah, very nice. I just saw here one of the message. Okay, so here, okay, so wait 1 second. Srujan says he made his own Ganesha. Very nice, man. So wonderful, Srujan. So if you can really send a photo or something, no, I will share with everyone else. Okay, that's really nice. Ganesha, like Ganesha Murti or Ganesha drawing. No, Ganesha Murti, I appreciate. Ganesha, drawing also I appreciate. Okay, but if you have done something on your own, that's really good, man. Okay, really good. Okay, you can send me the picture or something. I'll share with everyone. Okay, so very good. Okay, so now we'll get started. Okay, so some of you, most of you sent me the taglines. Okay, most of you sent me the taglines for the, our batch. Okay, so like what I've decided is that, okay, so instead of sending me in the WhatsApp, okay, it's just my WhatsApp is just flooded with messages. Okay, so hence I will just put this link in the chat. Okay, so you can just, it will take just 1 minute or so. Okay, you can just put your tagline over there. Okay, so that I can decide one of the tagline from the following responses. Okay, so in the group I have put one link. Okay, so now only you can just fill it. It will just take 1 minute. Your name, select the batch, and give your tagline. That's all. You want to put more than one tagline. So in the same thing itself, same response itself, you put two lines. Okay, that's all. A tagline should be shorter, maximum 5 words. Don't write story there. Okay, only 5 words. Okay, cool. So very nice. So with that, we'll get started with today's class. Okay, so wonderful. So first, I'm going to show you this video. Watch this. Okay, and then we'll discuss again the topic of physical and chemical changes. Okay, so we'll solve some questions. Okay, so we'll get to know the concept. Okay, so involving physical and chemical change. On your screen. So watch carefully. I'm going to ask you a question.
Contact with air, they burst into flames. And I have two things here. Now, the first one is...
Okay, I just wanted to show you about phosphorus. Okay, so as you saw in the video, okay, so sir was explaining that, you know, the phosphorus is very reactive in nature. Everything very good. Okay, nice. So now the question, since it is very reactive in nature, we do not keep it open. How do we preserve it? He mentioned one gas. Okay, I want you to tell me the name of the gas. Very good. So Venugopal, correct. Okay, yes, correct. Tanisha, correct. Okay, so what do they do? Okay, they put the phosphorus in a container or in a very safe, you know, a stable, whatever beaker or everything. Okay, so filled with argon. Okay, because argon is not reactive in nature. Okay, it is noble gas, one of the noble gases. Okay, so that is how they preserve phosphorus. Okay, so very good. So many of you answered. Okay, many of you answered. Okay, the gas in which you know, phosphorus is stored, okay, is argon. Okay, very good. So today we'll see a little bit more about pure substances. We're going to discuss about elements and compounds. Okay, so that is today's topic. Okay, that is today's topic. Okay, and before that, okay, so before that, so regarding the taglines, okay, so I'll just show you. See, I'm not doing this only for your batch, I'm doing this for every batch. Okay, so I'll just quickly share the screen, okay, so that you know like what type of responses that you have to give. Okay, I'm just going to show you about the batch tagline for 10th standard. Okay, so these are the responses that you know, your amazing seniors have given. See, this is the form. Okay, nothing much. It won't take more than 30 seconds to fill. Okay, when I look at the responses, okay, so these are, you know, some of the responses of your seniors. Okay, so what kind of names they want for themselves, for their batch. Okay, so I'm just gonna show a few of those. Okay, so all this. Okay, so all this just 4 or 5 words maximum. Okay, so on your screen, what you're seeing. Okay, so these are the responses of your 10th standard batch. Okay, and so many things are there. So I'll just select one of this. Okay, I'll just select one of this as the batch name. Okay, you can see somebody has put some 15, 20, you know, like taglines at a time in single quote. Okay, and some of you have started filling now. Okay, I can see that many of you have written or filled the form now. Okay, very good. So we'll just select one of this. Okay, we'll select one of this, and that will be a batch name. I hope it's really motivational and as well as crazy. Okay, so very good. So now we'll get going with the class. Okay, so we'll write today's class structure, and we'll write a positive thought, and we'll start. First, we will revise about physical change and chemical change, and next we'll start the next topic, that is pure substances. So on your screen first, let me write about today's class structure. Okay, and all the notes, everything I've already uploaded in the notes link. Okay, so you can check it out. Okay, full chapter notes is already there. Okay, so today, August 24. Okay, so first we saw the curious video of phosphorus burning or catching fire. Okay, phosphorus is represented by the alphabet P. Okay, so the chemical symbol. Okay, so next tagline, and then now we'll write positive thought. So after this, I want to quickly revise physical versus chemical change. We're going to solve some questions, so that let me see how many of you really understood this. Okay, because this is your basic or foundation for 10th standard first chapter. Okay, 10th standard first chapter is based on this. If you do not know this, then gone. Okay, that is physical versus chemical change. Okay, you should know this properly. Then elements, compounds, everything. Okay, and then today we'll start the new topic of pure substances. Okay, we'll study in detail about pure substances. And then, of course, so we have some very nice experiment videos. So I have 2 videos and then 1 curious video. And last, we will have the quiz. Okay, then of course story also. Yes, don't worry. Okay, the story also, Papa man. Okay, story also. Okay, so this is the plan. Okay, this is the plan for today's class. So this is done, and now positive thought. Okay, so let us quickly write the positive thought. So don't worry, many positive thoughts are pending. I will definitely share one by one. Okay, so your chance will come. Don't worry. Okay, so please don't get this. So August 24, today's positive thought is from Venugopal. Okay, it's very nice thought. So what has Venugopal sent? We will see now. Okay, so Venugopal. Okay, so very nice thought. So if you implement this in the life, okay, you will not be so unhappy or have regrets. Okay, so this is the thought. Do not get upset with people or situations. Both are powerless. Both are powerless without your reaction. Without your reaction. Without your reaction. Very nice thought. Okay, see, everything is in your control. It depends on you how you're going to react or how you're going to respond to the situation or to the kind of people who are dealing or with whom you are dealing in your life. Okay, so you are the key to your happiness. Stay happy. Okay, you have no reason to blame others for your happiness. You want to be happy, then be happy. Okay, enjoy your life. Okay, so very nice. Okay, very nice thought. So with this, we're going to start today's class. Okay, so in the previous class, as you can see, so we wrote the differences. First, you should know these differences. Okay, you should practice and you should understand the differences. Okay, I have given the same priority list, okay, or the important list. First thing you should check is the point number 1. Okay, so is new substance formed or not? Ask yourself. Okay, is new substance formed or not? Okay, if you're unable to select or choose whether it is a physical change or chemical change. Okay, so you go for the other points also. Okay, so at least have 2-3 points. Okay, so the first 2-3 points should help you choose whether it is a physical change or a chemical change. Let me take one example and explain how to attempt such questions. Okay, so I'm going to take directly from the module. Okay, directly from the module. Okay, so that you can at least understand some other difficult type of questions. Okay, so textbook questions are very simple, easy. You should be able to solve that without any difficulty. I think madam must have already solved, okay, all those questions. So now I'm just going to go with the module. Okay, let us see if you can solve these questions. Okay, very nice. So you see in the module, all the topics are there. You have to practice. So I've just taken the topic physical change versus chemical change. Okay, so now I'm going to go with the question number 2. Okay, so the first one. So I will just do one thing. I'll download this. So here, let us solve in front of you so that you understand the trick. How to solve such questions. I'm just going to go to the topic itself. Okay, yes, very good. So over here, question number 2. Okay, the first one. Melting of butter Okay, so now as per, okay, so as per our table, physical change versus chemical change. Okay, if you want, I'll just keep it both next to each other so that you can realize the trick. Just put it over here. Give it 1 second. Okay, so I think you can see, or is it too small? Okay, is it too small? You can just type and send. Okay, if it is too small, then I'll try to maximize it. I think this is, see, if it is too small, what you can do in your mobile itself, you can maximize. Okay, in a mobile itself, you can maximize, because this is the maximum that I can do. Okay, because the screen gets split over here. Okay, I think this should be fine. So melting of butter in a pan. So ask yourself, point number 1, is any new substance formed? Okay, butter after melting is still butter only. Okay, it doesn't become gold, or it doesn't become something different. Melting of butter is straight away your physical change, because no new substance is formed. Okay, no new substance is formed. Okay, so like that, you have to understand and select the correct answer. Okay, second one, for example, rusting of iron copper. See, all the chemical processes, they have a name: rusting, corrosion, digestion, okay, or respiration, combustion, oxidation. All these chemical terms are associated with chemical change. Okay, because what happened now, you may ask, sir, before also I have iron, after also I have iron. No, rust is not iron. Rust is iron oxide. Okay, rust becomes a compound of iron. Before you just had iron rod. Okay, before you just had iron rod or iron articles. But after rust, it became iron oxide, a compound of iron. Okay, if you want, I'll show you. Okay, so rusting of iron is straight away the chemical process. You see this brown color, okay, thing that is formed on iron. Okay, so that is the reaction of iron with air or water or moisture, forming iron oxide. Okay, so it is a new substance. It is a new substance form. Hence, we call this as a chemical change. We call this as a chemical change, as I have written over there. So next question. Okay, boiling of water. Boiling of water. Okay, so same logic. I'm going to mark here. Okay, if you think it is a physical change, then select option A. Okay, option A you select. If you think it is a chemical change, okay, then you select option B. If you think it is both, okay, if you think it is both, okay, so then you can select option C. Okay, so which question? Okay, second main, question number 3. Second main question. Okay, I have put a box, no, boiling of water. So I'm going to launch the poll. So let us see your response. Okay, so I've launched the poll A, B, C, D on your screen. Okay, select the correct answer. Okay, so these are like very simple things that you should be aware of. So hence I'm just spending a little bit of time on making you understand about the examples: chemical change and physical change. Some of you sent me in text. Okay, so very good. But you also please select from the poll. Okay, because I consider poll result as the final result. Okay, so what do you think? Boiling of water to form steam. So first thing, ask yourself the question. What question here? Is any new substance formed? Is any new substance formed? When we are talking about new substance, we mean in the form of chemistry. Okay, according to chemistry or according to science, is there any new substance formed? Okay, because you see water having formula H2O, chemical formula. We are interested in chemical properties. Okay, we are interested in the chemical formula. Steam also has formula H2O. It just changes its state from liquid state to gaseous state. Okay, hence you can definitely call this as the physical change. Okay, because it affects only the physical properties. Okay, you see I have written in the table. Okay, reaction is not happening. Okay, reaction is not at all happening. If reaction was happening, then I would have called this as chemical change. Reaction is not happening. No reaction. You see here, point number 2, no reaction takes place because this is a physical change. It just converted its state from liquid state to gaseous state. Okay, so hence this is my physical change. Okay, and I don't know, some of you still have confusion. Okay, 76% only have selected the correct answer. Remaining all have made mistake, but at least now you please understand the concept. Okay, it will take some practice for you. If you solve many questions in the textbook also, there's so many questions. Please go through that. Okay, the next one. Okay, I put a box. The next one, passing of electric current through water and the water breaking down into hydrogen and oxygen gases. Hydrogen and oxygen gases. Okay, so now is this a physical change or a chemical change? So I'm going to relaunch the poll. Okay, let us see. At least now you will understand. I have given this as the example. You look at the table in front of you, only I have shared the screen. In the table only I have given the example. I think you should know the answer. Okay, same options, always same options. You see here, physical means option A, chemical means option B, both means option C. Okay, this is the same options for all questions that we're gonna solve now. Okay, whatever questions we're gonna solve now, same options. Okay, so please ask yourself the question, is any new substance formed? First we had water. Okay, and afterwards we got hydrogen and oxygen gases. So what is a chemical reaction? Everything I have mentioned. Okay, chemical reaction means when the substance undergoes a change in its composition and it will become a new substance showing new properties. For example, I will take this question only. You see, water, when electricity was passed, a chemical reaction took place. Reaction means the elements, they reacted with each other. The exchange of electrons took place. Somebody lost an electron, somebody gained an electron. Okay, and they made a bond agreement. They made a bond. Okay, chemical bond. Not even property ka paper signature. Not that, chemical bond. Okay, see, more about bonds you will learn in 10th standard. Okay, you just understand that they both reacted. Once they reacted, they formed new substances like this. Water got split into hydrogen and oxygen. Okay, the water got split into hydrogen and oxygen, and you have to balance the chemical equation like this, and you have to write the states. Okay, liquid, this is gas, and this is gas. Okay, this is straight away my chemical change because chemical reaction took place. Okay, chemical reaction took place. Okay, so chemical bond was formed. Okay, so over here, so this is an example of electrolysis of water. We call this process as electrolysis. So you will understand about these things later. Don't worry. Okay, so do not worry. All this again you will learn later in your higher classes. Okay, so first understand. Okay, so first thing, so make sure that you know the basics. Okay, make sure that you know the basics. Okay. What happened? Okay, I think if you can hear me, you can just send me in chat. Okay. I think my video is not available. Okay, my audio is there. Okay, so the video will come. Do not worry. So first, let us just continue with the audio part. So I'm gonna show here again the screen. Okay, so here you can see that my electricity passing through water and forming hydrogen and oxygen gas is a chemical change. Okay, so now the next question, dissolving common salt in water. Okay, dissolving common salt in water. Okay, so what do you think is this change, physical change or chemical change? Okay, you can write and send me in the chat itself. Okay, and my video will be back soon. Do not worry. Okay, so till then you just manage with the audio part. So what do you think is this, dissolving common salt in water? Dissolving common salt in water. So carefully think. This is a very tricky question, controversial question. Okay, so think and answer. Think and answer this question. So let us see who will tell the correct answer. Okay, I will give you a clue. I will give you a clue. Same thing, same logic. You ask yourself the question, what is the question? Is any new substance formed? Okay, is any new substance formed? And you will know the answer. You will know the answer. Okay, the important thing is to analyze. Okay, you should analyze yourself. Okay, and yes, my video is back. Okay, my video is back. So I'm just going to quickly share the video. Yes, good. It just got disconnected and reconnected. Okay, never mind. Okay, never mind. Okay, so now as we were discussing, dissolving common salt in water. Okay, dissolving common salt in water. What do you think, physical change or chemical change? Okay, I think the poll, so the poll will be visible on your screen. You can select quickly, fast. Okay, common salt in water. You think about this. We wrote this table now. Is new substance formed? Is there chemical reaction taking place? All this you think before answering. And you can clearly tell this as a physical change. Nothing is happening. You are just putting salt, you are dissolving in water, and you're making salt solution. Okay, so hence you can put this as a physical change. But remember, if they ask about something called dissociation, dissociation becomes your chemical change. Okay, so what is dissociation? the salt will split into ions, because the salt NaCl will become Na plus and Cl minus ions. What is ions? Next chapter we will learn. Okay, next chapter, atoms and molecules chapter, we will learn. Okay, if they ask dissociation, then you should write chemical change. If they simply ask dissolving, then physical change. Okay, so now very nice. So most of you have given correct answer. Most of you have given correct answer. Okay, so but please do not get confused. These are like easy questions. These are easy questions. Now moving on to next question. Okay, next question, zinc. Converting zinc into zinc granules. Okay, what are these granules? I'm going to show you the granules. Okay, all of you have 8 gems, Cadbury gems. Okay, you must have had the 5 rupees or 10 rupees Cadbury gems. Okay, like this. So I'm going to show you now Cadbury gems. Okay, so amazing chocolate, man. Okay, I used to like it, but I stopped. Okay, I stopped liking. Okay, so this is gems. Okay, so you see, no, these are not zinc granules. Okay, zinc granules are just like the chotu pieces. Okay, zinc granules are okay. So zinc granules are like the chotu pieces. Okay, chotu pieces of this gems. Okay, so suppose now I take this zinc and I cut it down, or I break it down into small particles. Okay, so pieces. So then I will get zinc granules. So I will show the okay. So I will show the picture of zinc granules. Okay, so the zinc granules looks like this. Okay, so these are your green zinc granules. I don't eat it. Okay, don't eat it. This is not Cadbury gems. That's just the shape. Okay, resemblance of the shape. That's all. Okay, so these zinc granules. Okay, so what do you think this is? A physical change or a chemical change? Okay, so you can just select from the poll. So I have already launched the poll. Okay, physical change or chemical change. Okay, so converting big zinc into this zinc granules, small zinc granules. Okay, so these are nothing but our physical change. Okay, so simple, easy question. Okay, so next, burning of paper or wood. Burning of paper or wood. Okay, so let us see what will be your answer. Okay, so burning of paper or wood. Okay, the zinc granules, okay, it just provides more surface area during the reactions. So that's why we have in the form of zinc granules. Okay, when we do reactions, then we'll get to know. Okay, so we haven't started any reactions part. For you, reactions will start in 10th standard first chapter, chemical equations and chemical reactions. That time you will know more about that. Okay, so burning of paper and wood. So what do you think it is? Okay, option A. If you think it is physical change, choose option A. If you think it is chemical change, then choose option B. If you think it is both, then choose option C. Okay, so let us see your responses. So last 5 seconds. Okay, please vote fast. Some another 15 students are yet to vote. Okay, so 15 students are yet to vote. Okay, so easy question. The answer is straight away chemical change. Okay, because you see burning, combustion. All these are reaction of the substance with oxygen, okay, and forming oxides or forming other gases or something else, okay. So all these are my chemical reactions, okay. So hence this can be our chemical change, okay. So very good. So like this, you please solve, okay, few more questions so that you understand the topic, okay. And if you have any doubts, you can just mark those questions and let us know later, okay. Fine. So this was our topic of physical change versus chemical change. So now it's time for us to move to the next topic, okay. I'll just quickly rub all this and then start a new topic, okay. So now let us take a new page. Okay, this is over. So now pure substances. Okay, so before I start pure substances, so what we can do is just answer this question. Dash is the fundamental unit of life. Fill in the blanks. Okay, dash is the fundamental unit of life. Okay, very nice. So very good. Okay, Kunal, then everyone. Okay, so everyone's very nice, correct. Okay, so we have learned this biology. Okay, first chapter biology. Okay, cell is the fundamental unit of life. Similarly, we have atom is the fundamental unit of matter. Atom is the fundamental unit of matter. So just like you have cell as the fundamental unit of life, in the same way atom is the fundamental unit of matter, or you can also call atom as the building block of the matter. Atom is the building block of matter. So we have learned about matter in our first chapter. Discuss more about atoms. Okay, we'll discuss more about atoms and molecules and everything in detail. Okay, so the first thing you need to know is my matter is made up of atoms. Matter is made up of atoms. Okay, so anything. So you have learned about matter. So the matter should have atoms, and atom is the fundamental unit of matter. Okay, so we will learn in detail about matter in the upcoming chapter, don't worry. Okay, so this chapter is all about pure substances and the mixtures. So you can just straight away classify matter into pure substances and mixtures. So till now we have learned a lot about mixtures. So we have seen about my homogeneous mixture and as well as heterogeneous mixture. Okay, so in the homogeneous mixture we learned about solution. In the heterogeneous mixture we learned about colloid as well as the suspension. Okay, so that is about mixtures. Okay, so the pure substances, you can classify them as elements versus compounds. Okay, elements versus compounds. Okay, so what is an element? What is a compound? So we'll learn now. After watching this Okay, so do not try any of those at home. Okay, so that is the violent reaction. Okay, very violent reaction of sodium with water. Okay, because sodium is like very reactive metal. Okay, sodium, potassium, and all this. Okay, so they react vigorously with water. Okay, so now what do you think? That is a physical change or a chemical change? The reaction of sodium with water. Okay, the answer is there in the question itself. Okay, again I repeat the question. Sodium reacting with water. Is it a physical change or a chemical change? And you should have no doubt about it. It is straight away a chemical change. Okay, because the reaction is taking place. In the question only they had asked sodium reacting with water. That means chemical reaction takes place. Sodium reacts with water to form sodium hydroxide. And your hydrogen gas is also released, by the way. Okay, so more about reactions you will learn later in 10th standard, as I said. Okay, so you should know how to categorize between physical change and chemical change. Okay, so let us learn first about elements. Okay, so you will get to know a clue, okay, of elements and compounds, because in the exam they will ask this. Okay, they'll ask the question to distinguish between compounds versus mixtures. Okay, so that time you should know the little. I'll tell you the hint also. It's like very simple and easy. So all these elements and compounds, it can be represented with a. So elements and compounds, it can be represented in the form of formula. Okay, and elements are further classified into metals, non-metals, as well as metalloids. So I'm just going to mention that. So these elements can be categorized into metals, then non-metals, and then metalloids. Okay, in the same way, so these compounds can be categorized into ionic compounds and covalent compounds, which you will learn later. Okay, so do not worry. At least you know the flow chart. Okay, now let us see about these elements. Okay, you should know the definitions. You should know the definitions of all this, because it will help you. Okay, it will help you in identifying. Okay, so what is the definition? Okay, so first let us start the definition of element. So, okay, so elements are the pure substances which have same type of atoms. Okay, it consists of same type of atoms. I'm going to write here. So it consists of same type of atoms. I'll give an example. Okay, it consists of same type of atoms. Okay, so if I take hydrogen, okay, if I take hydrogen, hydrogen has only atoms of hydrogen present in it. Okay, it doesn't have atoms of oxygen or nitrogen. If it was having, then we do not call that as an element. Okay, the element should have same type. Okay, it should have same type of atoms. Okay, hydrogen. Okay, now you just saw the example, sodium. Okay, so all these are my elements. Okay, all these are my elements. Okay, so you will learn about something called the periodic table, or you must have at least seen somewhere. Okay, as a chemistry student, you should know this periodic table. If you do not know, then you will learn in 10th standard. Don't worry. Okay, how many of you have seen such tables somewhere? Okay, somewhere you saw this. Okay, so in the textbook, or you know, in the reference book or somewhere. If you have seen this table, okay, you can just click on the yes icon. Okay, if you have seen this table, then you can click on the yes icon. I'm just curious. Okay, I'm just curious. If you have seen this, then you can click on the yes icon. Okay, if you haven't seen, then please see it now. Okay, because this is the periodic table. Very useful. So when you come to 10th standard, chapter number 5, periodic classification of elements. So you see all these are elements. In the periodic table, they have classified or they have arranged all the elements, okay, according to their chemical properties. Okay, so you see, where is hydrogen? Hydrogen is number 1, atomic number 1. Okay, you see there, you can see H for hydrogen. Okay, next, where is sodium? Can you check it out? Where is sodium? Very good, Pranamya, correct. Okay, Shavana, correct. Okay, so you can see sodium, where is it? Sodium is here, 11. Okay, Na. 11 is the atomic number. Okay, Na is the chemical symbol. Okay, so you will learn about all this, don't worry. Okay, next chapter only we will learn about atomic number and chemical symbols. Okay, so this periodic table consists of all the elements. There are 118 elements, okay, which are present in this periodic table. Okay, so you will learn more details later. Okay, why this is in this random shape, why are there gaps? Okay, so why is this crazy pattern, sir? All this we have answers. Okay, everything has a reason behind that, you will see later. Okay, so first you learn the definitions. Okay, you can see element is a pure substance which consists of same type of atoms. Okay, same type of atoms. So I can even mention here oxygen. Okay, everything that you saw in the periodic table. Okay, so I will just put here one note. Okay, I'll just write here periodic table. Okay, periodic table. Okay, consists of 118 elements. Okay, so regarding all this, you will learn later. Okay, so in this, you just have to know the definition. Okay, in the exam, they'll ask one more. Okay, they'll ask definition of Lavoisier. Okay, so Lavoisier also gave one definition. Okay, so what is the definition also? I will write it down. Okay, just for information, you should know. Okay, so there are some chemical composition laws and everything which you will learn next chapter only. Okay, now you just understand the definition. Okay, so this is the definition of Lavoisier. Okay, according to him, so element, what is an element? Okay, so this is what Lavoisier has given. Okay, so element is the basic form. Element is the basic form of matter which cannot be broken down into simpler substances. Okay, so basically he is telling that element consists of same type of atoms. So what I've written here now, the same thing. Okay, I've just made it easy for you. Element consists of same type of atoms. Okay, so now what is my compound? Okay, compound consists of more than 2 types of elements. Okay, compound consists of more than 2 types of elements, so it consists of more than 2 types of atoms. Okay, I will give an example to make you understand. Okay, when I write about compound, okay, remember this is not your home compound. Okay, you see, we have compound outside our home. Okay, so gate compound, not that. Okay, in science, different meaning only. Okay, compound has different types of elements. Okay, it has more than one type of atoms. Okay, so first I'll write here. So compound, I'll write here, it consists of two or more types. Two or more types of atoms which are chemically bonded, which are chemically bonded with each other. Okay, so usually elements react to form compounds. So I'm going to write here, elements react to form compounds. Okay, I'll give an example. Okay, what is the example? Example, very classic example. All of you are aware of this. Carbon dioxide. Or another example, water. Another example, salt. Okay, sodium chloride. Now, in CO2, what are the elements? I said it should have more than one element, okay, or it should have more than one type of atoms which are chemically bonded. Correct. Okay, so here, what are the elements? Okay, in CO2, what are the elements? Very good. Okay, Savna correct, yes correct, Samruddhi correct. Very nice. Okay, you see in CO2, you have C and you have O2. Okay, C is for carbon and that O indicates oxygen. That's all. Carbon dioxide has atoms of carbon and oxygen. It has one atom of carbon and two atoms of oxygen. That's all. Okay, so it has carbon and oxygen atoms. Okay, you see, as per the definition, it should have two or more. Okay, two or more types of atoms. Okay, so I will write one more. So this is something that all of you have seen in your home. Okay, CH3COOH. Okay, so this is even vinegar. Okay, 8% volume by volume of acetic acid, you call it as vinegar. Okay, so this vinegar is having carbon atoms, hydrogen atoms, and oxygen atoms. Okay, so now even this is even compound. Okay, because all of them are chemically bonded. Okay, all of them are chemically bonded. So even this is water. Okay, then NaCl. Okay, so all of these are chemically bonded. Okay, because when you take water, water is actually having the bonds like this. Okay, it's having the bonds like this, and everything has a rule. So why to write like CH3COOH? There is a rule. 10th standard, 4th chapter, carbon and its compounds, you will understand. Okay, in science, the beauty is everything has logic. Okay, you will understand. You just have to wait. Okay, apna time aayega. Or wait till then. Okay, or if you're very curious, then complete science textbook of 9th standard. Okay, so buy a 10th standard textbook, start reading. Okay, but do not forget 9th standard. Finish the textbook first. Okay, finish the textbook first. Okay, so it's beautiful. You will understand all this. Okay, so now a quick recap before we go for the quiz. Okay, before we go for the quiz, I just want you to understand elements, compounds. Elements have same type of atoms. Compounds have different type of atoms. Okay, what is a bond? Next chapter you will understand. Okay, we have the chapter atoms and molecules, that time you understand. Okay, so now I will give a list of substances. You have to select which is an element, which is a compound. Okay, so let us see if you can successfully identify. Okay, so I will write something. You should tell whether this is an element or a compound. Okay, so on your screen now, I wrote the formula of a substance called potassium sulfate. Is it an element or a compound? If you think it is an element, so select option A. So if you think this is a compound, okay, you can select option B. Okay, I'm going to launch the poll. So let us check it out. Okay, who will tell the correct answer? How many of you have understood the concept? Okay, how many of you can at least identify? Okay, so option A is for your element. Option B, as I've written, it is for compound. Okay, you see I have written here in the box. Okay, accordingly you choose. Okay, what is the clue? The clue here, you see the element consists of same type of atoms. It has only similar or same type of atoms: hydrogen H, sodium Na, oxygen O. A substance can either be element or a compound. It cannot be both. Okay, that doesn't work like that. It should be either an element or a compound. Both illa. Okay, so you should either select element or a compound. Okay, so I am talking only about pure substances. There is no need to think about mixtures. So we are focusing on pure substance. This topic is pure substance. Focus on element or compound. Okay, so over here you can clearly see that this is a compound. Okay, why compound? You see potassium, K, potassium atoms are there. S for sulfur, O for oxygen. You have three types of elements. Okay, so which form this compound. Okay, that is potassium sulfate. Okay, so please understand, mixtures cannot be represented with a formula. Okay, there is no chemical formula for a mixture. Okay, whereas there is a chemical formula for pure substances like compound and element. So one more example. Let us see if you can identify this. We saw this in the beginning of the chapter. Beginning of today's class. Is this an element or a compound? Okay, is it an element or a compound? See, element usually has only one type of atoms, man. That's all. Okay, whenever you see only one alphabet or two alphabets, okay, so that is your clue. So I will tell you also how I used to remember. Okay, how I used to remember. See, because when I was a kid, okay, I used to get confused with things very easily. Okay, so how I used to remember. Okay, I will tell you the hint. I will just do this hint and I'll stop the class. Okay, what is the hint? Okay, what is the hint? Okay, the hint is, if any substance is given with a formula. So suppose I will write one substance like this. Count the capital letters. How many capital letters are there? Okay, count only the capital letters. Okay, in CaCO3, count the capital letters. Okay, so how many capital letters are there in CaCO3? Okay, in CaCO3, you have C, capital letter. This is another capital letter. Okay, this Ca is for calcium. Okay, you can break it down like this. Okay, Ca is for calcium, another C is for carbon, and the O is for oxygen. Okay, so now here you have how many? 3 capital letters. That means 3 elements. Okay, this is having 3 elements. Okay, if it is having 3 elements, that means it must have been combined with a bond, because I have written here mixtures cannot be represented with a formula. If it is been represented with a formula, then of course this is a compound and it has more than one element. If it is having more than one element, then of course it is a compound. Okay, one more example. Okay, last example and we will solve. We'll stop. Okay, one more. Let us see. You have to count the number of capital letters. Okay, another example. Another example. So let us see now. How many capital letters? Okay, how many capital letters? If it is having more than one capital letter, compound. That's all. Okay, that is the trick. And even now it works. Okay, even now it works. You can see here how many capital letters. H for hydrogen. And this Cl. In that Cl, L is small letter. C is capital. So here this is nothing but my compound. So which is having hydrogen and chlorine. Only 2 elements. Okay, so 2 elements are bonded. Okay, so 2 elements bonded. What are those 2 elements? Hydrogen and chlorine. Okay, so this is the trick. So remember, using this trick, let us solve some questions. Okay, in tomorrow's class. Okay, so first you attempt the quiz. Okay, first you attempt the quiz. Okay, so what is the hints? Check out the capital letters. If more than one capital letter, then it is a compound. If only one capital letter, only one capital letter, so then this is an element. Okay, so remember this. Okay, remember this hint. Okay, it will be very useful for you later. Okay, remember these 2 boxes. Okay, so if there is more than one capital letter, compound. If there's only one capital letter, then element. Okay, this is simple way of thinking. In the exam, don't write like this. They will cut marks and they'll give you 0. This is for you to understand. Okay, in the exam, you should write definition like this. Okay, definition के लिए marks मिलता. Okay, ऐसा लिखते ऐसे नहीं मिलता marks. Okay, so on your screen now, I will share the game pin. Okay, so quickly enter this game pin. And this is the quiz for today's class. I hope you can, answer many of the questions. So you enter this game pin and join the quiz. So regarding the notes, again, I'll show tomorrow. Okay, so first focus on the quiz. Okay, so real quick, man. Okay, we're running out of time. Okay, so I'm starting the quiz. So on your screen now, question number 1. Okay, so very nice. Some of you got correct answer. See, ink and sugar solution, they are not pure substances. They are mixtures. Okay, so very nice. Pranami is leading the scoreboard. So next question. Okay, so very nice. It was just based on example as well as what definition. Okay, last question. So read the question and select whether it is true or false. Okay, very nice. Compounds and mixtures are not same. Compound is your pure substance. Mixture is not pure substance. Okay, very nice. So with that, we come to end of today's quiz. So third position, so we have Priyanka. So second position, Tanisha. And the winner of today's quiz is Yash. Okay, so congratulations. Fourth position, Shadvir. Fifth position, Samruddhi. So very nice. If you have got all three questions correct, congratulations to you also. Okay, very nice. With that, we come to end of today's class. Okay, so thank you so much. Okay, so we're going to meet again tomorrow. So over to Mohit sir. Bye-bye.